Hey everyone, YouTube Grushnak here, actually talking directly to you this time. And I am here with the new expansion, finally out. And I just wanted to make a fun little video this time without taking it from my stream, just to do some pack openings, because I know that some people enjoy that, and the audience of my streams also has enjoyed that whenever I've done it at the end of the streams, so I might as well do that for YouTube as well. And maybe some will enjoy it, maybe some will not. That is fine. If majority of people skip this video, it's not that big a deal. Also, might give me some time to actually talk about the videos, talk about the channel, and see where we go from there. Maybe talk about some of the decks that I'd be trying on stream too, going forward. I know this is a big jump. Everyone's missing a whole season from the last video, but I'll explain everything as we get to opening the packs. Alright, so golden to start off with, not that bad. Let's see which one it is. Ah yes, the enhanced one. Enhanced Sword is one of the decks that I was looking forward to trying out. I feel that it might be quite powerful with Albert as a finisher, but we shall see. Evo Forest is one of the obvious good ones too. Everything else, this could be good, depending on how strong Evo Portal is. Anyways, decent free pack, let's keep going. I have 24 free packs and 30k gold, so we should be able to get through quite a bit of packs here. Standard one is also fine. So, what you all have been missing during the second part of the last expansion, what was it called? Blossoming Fate, I believe. These cards here, I guess this is the best one I can think of. Everything else is kinda mid. So what you all have been missing is I ended up landing on mid-range Evo Abyss to climb for the remainder of the seasons, and I actually did get all the way to Beyond from it. However, I did not do that on stream. I only got to Legendary on stream, so debating whether to show that content or just jump to this season and showcase the different decks that I wanted to try out. That will be a decision I have to make with the next video, or just based on the feedback people give me. I am inclined to go for the former, so just skip the last month and go straight to the new decks, but we shall see. Nothing relevant here. This could be good for aggro decks if they manage to slot it in. Everything else is only marginally relevant. So yeah, do let me know, are you interested in seeing Medieval Abyss? I'd wager that you probably see it in the new expansion as well, because it should still be relevant in the meta. At least as much as it was on the last expansion, with Abyss being the technically worst class and all. But hey, still managed to get beyond with it, so I'm quite happy about it. This card could be good in Evo Forest. I don't know if it's a bit slow. That might be the case. Same story for this. Everything else, this one gets back the big Abyss guy. I don't think it's gonna be that great. But hey, perhaps Perhaps I'm wrong. Ooh, first legendary, alright. Bit ahead of schedule too, I definitely won't complain. Legendaries might be what give me direction on what to go first, what decks to try out for the next stream. And what do you know, it is an enhanced sword legendary after all. Interesting. I was not aware that if you play this for 8 mana, it summons all 3 soldiers. The way enhance is written, it looked like, since it replaces the cost, it looked like it replaces the effect too. So I was expecting to get the fanfare and 1 enhance, not both of them. Though I guess the old game used to work this way as well, so I'm not too surprised, just did not immediately think about it. Unfortunately, it triggers the fate effect only once though, so there is that. So apart from that, I was also thinking of making kind of a different type of videos going forward with the new seasons. Double Reaved Order is nice. I don't expect Crystal Spawn Rune to be that relevant in the meta. In fact, I expect this card to be more relevant in the Rune meta, but if anything. But still, I did want to try it out, just to see if it has enough support or not. Anything else of note here? This could be notable. This one not really. So the different direction I was thinking of for the videos is I've been trying to do both a sort of, you know, local diary to keep the most important games of each season uploaded, because Twitch would otherwise delete the VODs after a week. And I've been trying to making it sort of a showcase, an educational guide on how to play each different matchup. So when choosing games, I've only focused on showcasing each different matchup, or maybe something interesting about reoccurring matchups, such as the Portal video that you saw a while back with Dirtrune, the big comeback after turn 3, if anyone remembers. So that was the initial idea, but I noticed that I don't think people got that point across, which means it wasn't apparent that I was trying to showcase the matchups, and that is how I picked the you know, the games to put out on YouTube and the games to ignore. Well, not really anything relevant here either, just these two again, maybe the book. So moving forward, I thought I should probably choose which one to go for. And I think I probably will choose just a diary, so I will have more video length spent on helping you guys out here keep track of what rank am I, how the climb is going, maybe the overall win rate for each matchup or for each deck, stuff like that. New golden, that one could be nice. This one's also nice. It's gonna be up to this card and little else to see if crystal spawns can be relevant or not. The Eld Axe, it's a good card. The problem is it interferes with Imari. That's like the main gripe I have with it. I'm still thinking about whether to include it in the deck or not. There's like a version with only 1 cost spells for Imari and a version that can have this card and Chaos Legion, which obviously are very powerful. It's just, it makes your Imari a lot worse in that case. So that's the change of direction I've been thinking for the videos. I'm still not sure what structures they will have, but I think it will stay mostly the same, just with fewer games, so I'll probably not showcase every single matchup, and I will just take more time to showcase the jumps in class rating or even just master points at the start of the season. And that way I will have less videos to make, because another problem and the reason why we're skipping a whole month, most likely a whole season, is because, by the way, here this card is not really relevant. These two might be as an alternative to mage for enhanced sword. That is all I can think of. The only way I can think of using them. So that's something I want to try out. Yeah, as I was saying, moving forward, I will make it a bit more consistent, basically. A bit more easy to follow. But I will have less videos because otherwise I can't edit them fast enough. That's been the problem affecting this channel since pretty much this very start. I was always behind on videos compared to the stream, and putting out less games, less videos on YouTube, or at least, you know, less videos per stream would probably help with cutting down on the editing time that I've been having. This card, it's interesting. I'm not sure whether to include it. I really thought that the enhance effect would also summon a knight, but it doesn't for some reason. So that makes the card significantly weaker, unfortunately. Possibly weaker enough to not include in the deck that it was designed for. But we'll see, because playing it at 3 mana gives you a significant advantage in the turns moving forward, so it's a big payoff and a big trade-off. Skipping turn 3 is very heavy for the class. For any class, but especially Swordcraft. Getting a lot of goldens, that's nice. That's, apart from legendaries, that's usually the rarity that gets bottlenecked at the start, meaning that you have, it's the cards that you're missing. This card would be good. The big problem with this card is you want to play it in mode, but Screaming and Loathing is in mode, and Screaming and Loathing really wants to fetch itself with the draw a 3 mana spell mode. And this is a 3 mana spell, so that would interfere with that, which is very problematic. Also, this card is an encroacher card for some reason. Interesting. So yeah, any card that has an encroacher on it is an encroacher card, it seems. This card is terrible, by the way, if you were wondering. This card is decent. It might find a home in Storm Dragon or Evo Dragon, remains to be seen. One of the few new dragon cards that's relevant. So, hopefully less time spent editing will mean that I can keep this channel almost up to date, meaning a week of delay at most, and that I can have a bit more free time, because there's no way that you could know this, but so far I've been pretty much dedicating all of my free time that I haven't spent streaming on editing the YouTube channel, which obviously it's not necessarily unsustainable, it's just it's really exhausting, and also it hurts the channel too long term, I've found out. This card is interesting for Amulet Haven. I don't know if I prefer this or the word cards, and you obviously can't play all 9 of them, but something to think about. I tried theory crafting an Amulet Haven deck, but I fear that's one of the decks that will require the most testing to properly balance out. More free time could also mean... Here's the mandatory legendary, by the way. This one was predicted. More free time will also mean more time for me to do other stuff, which could include... Oh, hi there. Could include more streaming, which is something I've been considering lately, since we've been having a blast, both me and what little audience I had over there I still have it over there on Twitch. We've been having a blast with the recent streams, both because of the games and because of the pack openings. This card, it's decent. I don't think, as long as Yube plus Galmio plus what is the other card? Neptune. As long as those three are around, are in the rotation, I don't think you need extra discard fodder, because those guys just provide you with infinite cards in hand almost. So I doubt this card will actually be super evoed, or just evoed to get an extra card in hand. Either that, or until we get cards that require more discard, which the best card out here so far is Starlight, and that's saying something, since that's a neutral card. This card is a funny meme. I like the meme. Good job, Cygames. But yes, basically we've been lately we've been having a lot of fun with the stream. Ooh, double legendary in a row. That's nice. This is part of why we've been having a lot of fun in the stream, by the way. I seem to be pretty lucky whenever I open packs on stream, or apparently on YouTube as well. I surely enjoy the luck. Interesting legendary. I doubt that this will see play except as a one-off, as a tech card. Very good looking guy, both as a card and as the art, I suppose. But other than that, I think almost every class has a good answer to it. Apart from maybe Egg Portal. And if you hate Egg Portal, you might want to run this, otherwise it's not worth the 9 mana usually. Fearless Soldier is probably one of the best commons in the expansion. One of the best ways to... one of the enhanced cards that work best, I should say. Looking forward to trying that out. This card, if the Crystal Spawn deck takes off, is good, otherwise not really. I'll surely test it out though. That is one of the cards that has piqued my interest. So yes, the idea is the stream has been getting more traction, it has been getting more fun, plus we get new decks to play with at the start of the season. So that might be a reason for me to stream at least one more day during the week, as opposed to only the weekend, which is what I normally stream. Scripture of Salvation is interesting. It's got a very high countdown, which is what might hold it back. The only reason why I see it being held back. So you need cards that destroy it. If those cards manage to be relevant, then it's gonna be a really good card. Otherwise, unfortunately, not really played. Encroached World, many might have seen as a meme card, but personally I look at this card, I see another Tablet of Tribulation. If you guys remember all the way back when, the 3 mana amulet that got nerfed, that Loot used to play a lot and was also played in some other decks for just a card draw engine. This one is not quite card draw, you have to discard a card, so it's more filtering than card draw. But if you think about it, like I said earlier, Dragon does already have a lot of card generation, a lot of tokens that can be discarded to this. And so does Loot, which is what used to play Tablet before. So that is also a way for the card to work well. Loot noticeably lacks late game cards, which the opponent might have if Loot is in need of late game cards, which means that they're probably against a late game deck, right? Because otherwise you're just trading storm damage. So in that case, a free card filter might be relevant, just in the way that Tablet used to be. This card is very interesting. It will probably be very good if any amulet support ends up being useful. It's obviously one of the best cards to combo with the 2-mana amulet that we saw earlier. This card is terrible, probably even in Arena is terrible. Way too costly. Take 2, I mean, with Arena. If you hear me refer to Arena, it's probably Take 2. Unless we're talking Magic Arena, but we don't talk about that game here. So yes, Sublime Eltom is gonna be interesting to try out. The other 7-mana spell, less interesting. Ghost Dodger, probably only useful in Milteo really. I haven't been a big fan of Milteo, but maybe with enough support. Like this is also good in Milteo, so it might become useful eventually. Another golden, nice, nice. Another Eld Sword. So far looks like the game really wants me to try Enhanced Sword first. At least I've been finding a lot of cards for them. Evo Forest could also be an option. I haven't found any of the legendaries though, and I'm pretty sure Evo Forest requires a lot of legendaries. A lot of the new ones at least. Another Encroached World, that's nice. I don't think any deck would be playing 3 of these. I think 2 at most is what will make it true. Almost finished with the free packs. We'll probably get another free legendary before we're actually through though. And then we'll get to spending the actual gold, which I don't think I will go all the way down to 0. I might, because I have the pass. Ooh, legendary early. I think, was it early? I think there was still 1 pack left. It's a little bit early, I think. I might be wrong. Might have seen 1 when it was 2. Or rather 2 when it was 1. Sagatsumatsu is a bit underwhelming at first, but to be fair, she does slot into the 8-mana slot of Storm Dragon, which could replace Garyu, which was not really being played because you have to Super Evo Garyu for it to really be relevant, whereas this card at 8 mana is just an Odin that gives you an extra card, right? So it is still decent. It's not quite as powerful on board as Garyu, but it is nice storm damage and it removes something. And it also gives you a very good card to play. I think I was right. I think I was 1 pack early. That's nice. So yeah, I might try that out. I know many people have dismissed her, but it seems a bit more powerful than what a first look would suggest. Going down actually gold now. It is fine, it's what I've been saving up for after all. This card, many have seen it as just a fancy Seraph Tidings. That's what it's called. And sure, it might look that way, except when you start thinking about Kukishiro Haven, or Odd Haven, it's usually called, which that card might slot right into because, you know, it's odd, unlike any other Haven class card in this expansion. But also, you might think, well, Seraph doesn't really make it in that deck, why does this new card make it in? And that is because it specifically draws 2 amulets, which if you think about it, the amulets are what helps Kukishiro make board after you activate the effect. So what is the game plan of Kukishiro? You hold out until turn 7, right? And then you play your Kukishiro, obviously, if you have it. Ideally, you've found it by that point. The deck draws so much. But then what happens afterwards? Well, you're stuck with only 1 token per turn unless you prepared and was able to save up some of the 3-cost amulets, right? So either a Serene Sanctuary that happens to proc on that turn, which is a 1 cost, but still. Your World of Games, same deal. Or, more commonly, your Delafields gems, or the other one, which is the Mistbloom one. I forget what it's called exactly. So, you know, depending on how many amulets of those ones you got, that determines how longer you can go in the game after Kukishiro. Because once your opponent has cleared all of the boards that come from those amulets, if they're not dead, they've basically won the game. This card is meh. It's not too bad post-rotation. Before that, I don't know why you wouldn't just play Zway. You're never playing this for 8 mana, really. There's much better plays for 8 mana. So yeah, that is why something that tutors amulets in specific might make it over a generic draw 2 cards. Because it gives you a lot more fuel. Ooh, that's a shiny little animation here. I believe this is a premium legendary. That's kind of exciting, isn't it? This is where usually people in chat would start typing the emotes with the wide eyes, be like, hold up. Streamer luck strikes again. And yes, indeed. YouTuber luck in this case, I suppose. If I can even call myself a YouTuber. Okay, premium Lianthot. That is like the card that would let me play Amulet Haven. It is a pretty good card if you can get to it. It ends games in a similar way that Beelzebub does. The question is, do you get there? Does Haven have the tools to get there if you're not playing crests? And if you are playing crests, do you have enough slots for all the amulets and the crest cards? Which is not a small problem, I will say. I did run out into that problem when I was trying to build a hybrid between crests and amulets. This card, I think this is one of the better 1-cost amulets. 1-cost crystallized amulets, I should say. Mostly because it kills 2 things when it comes out if you evolve it. Which could help you play the 4-mana legendary that Haven has. Because it comes down around that turn. Standard pack. Nothing wrong with standard packs, I'd say. This is the part of the video where I check if I'm still recording because I'm not sure. And I am, so all good there. Wow, second not second. I've been getting quite a lot of legendaries, but like yet another legendary so soon. I feel blessed. And it is the crystal spawn one. So, we might just have to try that if we get enough of those. We need 6 legendaries though, so currently we're closer to the enhanced sword, I would say. Maybe Amulet Haven as well, because I don't know how many of the big 9 mana legendary you would actually play. Probably only 1, maybe 2. I doubt it's gonna go all the way up to 3. This card is interesting. It's quite a bit of tempo. It's the one reason I could see for running it, though it does eat up your evolve points, which you need for the legendary, so that's not great. Maybe it's worth though. Could be. It's more likely that you only evolve that in arena really. Over constructed. And in constructed, if that deck is even relevant, you just keep the evos for the legendary. This card, I thought it would be good, but then I started building the deck list and there just was no space for it. Even though Dragon doesn't really have a go-to 4-drop, it just skips the turn 4. You just wanna Dragon sign into 5 right away. Now that's an animation we don't see too often, though I believe that just means there's a premium silver. Doesn't it? Pretty sure. No, apparently it's a premium bronze. The more you know, eh? Managed to make it almost 1 year into the game and not know about it. That's how uncommon that thing is. This will probably be quite the long form video, and I expect to leave this mostly unedited because, well, it's just a chill video. It's not looking to be too engaging or anything like that. Like, the main attraction is what you see on screen. Me just constantly opening packs. So I'm here just to like be a presence on the screen, just to ramble, just to give an audio feedback and comment on what I find. I guess you could consider this also a part card review, though I'm not gonna advertise it as that obviously, because it's not a real card review. I haven't done much reviewing apart from the like most relevant cards, really, the cards I find. This card, speaking of, it's gonna be one of the main driving force that guide the enhanced sword deck. Not only is 2 enhanced, because this card also has enhanced, so this counts as 2. It's also one of the cheapest enhanced because it recovers 3 play points, and it has a big impact on the board, so it hopefully allows you not to fall too far behind. This card's a meme. You could try it, I guess, on Fenny to see if you get some good combinations, but no, that's a meme. Even if it costs 3, that's a meme. So yeah, onto that card rests whether enhanced sword would be good or not. That and the quality of the finisher, which is Albert plus the legendary spell. For what is it? Normally with 1 activation is 10 damage if you don't evo. If you super evo is 16. If you don't super evo but you have 2 activations is 14, which is unprecedented, and it's quite a bit of damage. Remains to be seen if you can hold out that long, or if it's just gonna be a worse version of Egg / Evo Sword. We've already talked about these two, nothing new to say here. Other than I'm glad that I found another Sublime Health Tome, because it brings me closer to Amulet Haven. Almost no one knows this, but Amulet Haven was actually my first deck in the new game. I got to all the way to Master Diamond with it, so that was fun way back when. Obviously, it used a lot more Storm followers in that iteration, which I didn't really like. I'm not a fan of just blindly going face. Ooh, legendary. Despite me playing a mid/aggro deck at the end of the last season, I'm not really a fan of just going face and not having many options. Kamishilla. That would be a nod towards Evo Abyss. But it is the first nod I get. I would need still 5 more legendaries before I could consider playing that deck. Actually 4, because it's one of the decks that I can get with the free cards the new expansion offers. You know, you get 1 deck out of 2. I believe Evo Abyss is one of those. And the other one is Rune, probably? No, it's Sword, isn't it? I think it's Sword. I'm not gonna double check because I don't want to waste time. But it should be Sword. So it's probably gonna be Sword. But it could be Portal, depending on which one I am closest to, and if I find a 3-off of one of the 2 legendaries, of course, right? I wonder how the longer form will fare compared to my other shorter videos. I think it's gonna be fine as a one-off though. It's just gonna be something akin to like a gameplay commentary or like a vlog. Not vlog, it's not. I'm not running around my city, but I guess something like solitary podcast, something that you can listen to. I will point out the legendaries I find, such as this one, so that anyone not actually watching can come back at the interesting times, I suppose. Oh man, Omegotep. Also known as Omega Lul, I'm sure. This, when I first saw the image, I was very hyped about this card because it looked absolutely amazing. It's one of the aesthetics that I like the most out of all the expansion artworks. The fact that they make it random though, oh boy, why do you have to make such a gorgeous card random? Someone pointed out Fenny working well with this, and I guess because it refreshes prey points, and that's always what you're looking for the most when you play Fenny, along with card draw, of course. And sure, I'm happy for the Fenny players, but also, boy, after 2 seasons of Hold do I not want to spin the slot machine? I might try it at some point, just for fun. But man, I don't like random cards. Can you tell? Do you like random cards? As a competitive player, I really don't like random cards, I'm sorry. Another legendary, by the way, for those of you who are listening in. Beheading Hellblades. Sure, that's a card that I can try out. And Vorlalai actually, to go with it. Another Subliminal Tome, that's fine too. I wonder if it's even worth trying this card. I might just to go with the Super Evo on turn 7, like they showcase on the puzzle. You know, the new 7-cost card, Dragon Legendary, discarding this one, and then you Super Evo this one for a lot of damage. That is a strong combo, but requires a Super Evo on a class that already needs so many Super Evos. Now, what was I talking about before the Legendary? Oh yes, the randomness. I can see the fun of it as a casual player. I have enjoyed the fun of it occasionally in stuff like Hearthstone when I I'm not busy streaming or playing competitively, such as trying to hit Beyond at the end of the season. I do enjoy playing Hearthstone, especially Arena from time to time. Actual Arena this time. Not just Take-Two. Another legendary. Alright, alright. The luck continues. Ooh, and it is Bibati. Very cool, very cool. This one I've been looking forward to just because it slots right into, well, the deck I've just played, which is Medieval Abyss. You would have to cut Mukan because otherwise you have too many cards that spend your shadows. But having card draw is very, very tempting. That deck desperately needs card draw. You have no idea. Might probably replace some Lyrias for it. That would be the easiest cut. This is a 2-drop, and I famously struggled. I struggle hitting 2-drops in general, but even in that deck, that's no exception. Even though it's unlikely, and I'm aware. I don't know, it's just something that happens. So cutting 2-drops would not be the greatest idea, I'm aware. But man, that card is just too good not to fit in. And it is card draw, so you should probably replace some card draw for it. It could be replacing Lyria, it could be replacing one Granengita. But Granengita has the obvious advantage that they're so good at setting up Sandalphon, which you can't really say for the cat. Not that the cat is bad at it, especially if you have a slash, but it's a bit more awkward. Maybe with slash actually, maybe slash means that you can cut more Granengitas from the deck, but then you don't change the card draw, so you don't change the total card draw amount, is I suppose what I should say. So I'm not sure that's the right direction, basically. I think I'd much rather cut a Lyria, run fewer 2-drops, which I'm not gonna hit to begin with. I've not skipped any new cards, have I? This card, I suppose? I like this card. It reminds me of Mireille, but for Evil Puppet. So I think this card would probably be run in the 5 slot. Probably even over Zwei, unless you're explicitly playing Puppet, because Zwei is stronger, but actually requires you to Evo her, whereas the Puppet is, you know, just an auto Evo. Double auto Evo, actually, which is even better. So the current runner-ups as first decks to try, obviously Medieval Abyss, even though it's not really a new deck, I just put the card in there, and that's the end of it. Maybe put in there the new 2-cost that draws, maybe, not really. Probably not, at least. I might give it a try. It is worth trying out, obviously. Other than that, we're close to Enhanced Sword, which is nice. We are getting closer to Amulet Haven. Not really that close yet, though. An Enhanced Sword has the advantage of being one of the decks that you can get for free. For those of you wondering, I've already completed the new dungeon. I've already, well, completed as in I got the packs and the gold from it, so I could open the most packs. I've already got the free packs. I got through the puzzles. Here's a legendary. This one was guaranteed. Getting me closer to Evo Abyss. Not Evo Abyss. Evo Portal, it seems. Hi, Kamishila number 2. Glad to have you here. We'll see, though. I'm still quite far away from it. Legendaries aside. Well, this legendary aside, I still missed the other one. Disrupted Commoner. It's a cute concept. It's probably gonna be good in Arena, but not really in Constructed. I don't see it. Halfway through. More than halfway through now, actually. I started at more than 20k. Halfway through and only close to one deck, really. Suppose the Battle Pass will have to come in handy for the other ones. We shall see. I'm not gonna do all the other ones on YouTube, though. I'll, for those of you that are curious, I'm gonna do more pack openings on stream, for sure. Maybe more take 2 rounds as well, to pad my gold a little more. The one I will get from the Battle Pass. And the quests, obviously. Let us not discount the quests. Ooh, another legendary so soon? Don't mind if I do. Even though it's just quote-unquote a legendary, I definitely do not mind it in the slightest. Especially if it's a new one, like Kandima. Kandima gets me closer to Amulet Haven. This one, I believe, will actually be run as a 3-off. I've heard the complaint that it's really slow. Like, obviously, turn 4 is the Evo turn, usually. And you wanna play something that can be Evo'd, for obvious reasons. Although, I will say, there is the golden crystallized follower that if you play it on turn 1, does conveniently become available right when you should play Kandima. So you can go turn 1 crystallize, turn 4 you have a Bane Aura card, and if you evo that, it also destroys an extra follower, which is all the tempo you need on turn 4, really. Also, we get another legendary here after only, what was it, 3 packs? No, 2 packs. So that's fun. Is it another Kandima? No, this one is the Evo Forest one. That is fun too, Altenia. I believe this card will fit right in, take the place of Congregant in Evo Forest. As a 3-off. You could still make an argument for Congregant being better because it doesn't require you to Super Evo necessarily, whereas this card is quite slow if you don't Super Evo it. But to be fair, you have UL that can auto Evo her and then she can clear 2 followers. And you can still Super Evo her, and it costs 1 less than the Congregant, so I will say it does seem better. Little side note on Belial, by the way, since I saw him on the loading screen earlier. Evo Abyss does get a lot more support than its other Abyss variants. The problem with Evo Abyss remains the same. As long as the meta is this fast, where Puppet can just... not Puppet, sorry. Well, Puppet as well, right? With double Puppet Cat. But more importantly, Egg Portal can pretty much one-shot you from turn 10 onwards. If not turn 10, most likely turn 11 because of double Beelzebub. You are never playing Belial and leaving enough to use the crest with it. I don't think so, at least. Unless all of the support reaches a critical mass, meaning that you get Belial on like turn 7, which is insanely early. I very much doubt that the deck will actually be competitive. Another legendary, okay. I'm getting quite lucky here. Another Altenia. Ooh. I do like Evo decks, so I'm glad that I'm getting Evo Forest as well. That has been something that I've played casually way back when, 2 expansions ago, and I did find it quite fun. So now that there's a very real chance of being a tier 1 deck, I will definitely think about giving it another try. Especially with cool new cards such as the legendary over there. Another Ordinance, alright. For those of you wondering, by the way, especially those that actually were on stream and probably have heard me. Oh? Ooh, is this the new leader animation? Ooh, that's so pretty. Is that what it is? I thought it was the same throughout all the expansions, but yeah, apparently not. Okay, whatever this is, I really like this animation. It looks very cool. It's almost hypnotic. I could stay look at this for for almost an hour probably. I'm not gonna do that because we need to. Obviously, we're already pushing almost to an hour. We should. Actually, has it been an hour? No, not yet. I should probably move forward with all of the other cards, but props on the animation. This looks really cool. Is it the leader? Oh, I don't think so. There's no highlighted card, so probably not the leader then. What is it? Is it a fully... Oh, it's the full premium pack. I see. I don't think they used to have an animation before. I'm glad that they added it. It's a really cool animation. Maybe a bit underwhelming that it's not a leader, but still, you know. I like the animation, regardless of what it was. This one I know. This animation is a legendary, and we've become pretty familiar with it, I should say. Another one of you. Oh, interesting. I think that's the third one. I'm gonna need to pivot to other legendaries if this is the third one. I think it is. Pretty sure it is. Can I see it? If I click on it? No, it doesn't show. Alright. I mean, obviously it's still good. It's a legendary. Even if I get 4 of them, it's still a pretty good card to get just for the vials alone. But yes, I would rather, if I have to choose the legendary, if I can be picky, which... It's a tall order, I realize, but if I can be picky, then I'd rather get the other ones, if possible. Alright, almost done. Few packs left. For those of you concerned that I might not have enough gold to do the Take-Two run on the next stream, rest assured I have a Take-Two ticket from the rank I achieved last expansion. Another legendary so soon, alright. Ask and it shall be delivered, it seems. Which one will this one be? Maybe the other legendary for enhanced sword? Nope, it's third Altenia. That's fine, I actually needed that. Now I need the other forest legendary. The cat. Now that I think about it, this is funny. I still don't have any Kukishiro in my collection. I've gone through the expansion completely missing that card, which means I also missed the title, funnily enough, the flare. I do not have all of the previous expansions cards. I'll have to eventually go back and get that whenever I have enough gold. Which is something that we already did with Skybound Dragons, by the way. If you've not followed the stream, you probably missed that. And if I'm not uploading the last season to YouTube, you just will miss that. But it was rather fun. It was part of what I enjoyed the most of the end of season streams. That and hitting Legendary and subsequently beyond, obviously. But it was quite fun. We went through 63 packs, I believe it was. Something like that. And we were supposed to get 1 leader ticket, and we got like 4 of them in total, I believe, counting the lucky chest. So that was pretty lucky. I'm not gonna sit there and say that it wasn't. And it was also pretty fun. My small audience definitely enjoyed that too. Slightly freaking out. But anyway, it seems like we are almost done here. I did just remember that I forgot to take the pack from the guild, so I'm gonna go to the park and do that real quick. Just to give you one last pack to look at. And other than that, stay tuned for more videos, obviously. I guess I'll use the transition to the park to remember everyone to like and subscribe, like so many people seem fond of in the YouTube scene, which as a viewer I was always found mildly annoying, but apparently it works, so might as well at least try. And other than that, stay tuned also for the new streams every weekend. Let me see if I can get some extra gold from collecting all of these cards. But yeah, like I was saying, streams every weekend. You can find the link in the description of the channel and in the description of this video, in case you want to check it out. 61 cards collected, nice. And other than that, making sure that there is no extra gold. Oh, there is extra gold. Okay. Good to see, good to see. Let's go ahead and open these last 2 packs then. No, not you. Just wanna open the regular packs, thank you. Do we get one last legendary? Counter says no, but let's find out. Let's see, last shot. Nope. Bit anticlimactic, but hey, I got enough legendaries to more than make up for it, so I will not complain in the slightest. I will not discount my luck. Alright, so this is the end of the big card opening. 0 tickets left, 0 gold left. We're all done. I am closest to the sword deck, so I probably will take that if I decide to try out the enhanced sword, which at this point I probably might. I am missing 2 legendaries for it, same that I am missing for the medieval abyss, funnily enough. So yeah, that is gonna probably be the plan for next stream. I will see anyone who wants to be there, and until then, I will wish you a good day, a good new expansion, and see you around. Bye bye.